supposed to go to you.
Hi,
Shit.
welcome to the Madness Collective. We're trying a new platform tonight, so bear with, please. All right, hi. Yeah, I'm Crescent. See, there's a name down there right there. Hi. Also, I can't see comments yet, so just FYI. But anyway, hi. If you're tuning in for the first time, welcome to the Madness Collective. I am Crescent. My co-host is Antoine.
Yeah, that's me. There we go. As you do.
Oh my
And
God, I love
and
how
this is both of us. You should be able to see the comments.
Okay, maybe we don't have any yet. It's fine.
Oh no, we don't have any in yet. Yeah, we don't have
Okay,
any
I'm like, normally the militia,
Yeah,
they
let me know. Do you see them now?
Oh, nope, but I see them on my phone. Oh,
Okay.
there's Sarah. Hey, Sarah.
Yeah,
Hey,
there's
Dion.
Sarah.
Hey, guys.
Whoa, that thing is long. Let me readjust this. That's a little too long. Shit.
Again, if this is the first time you're watching, we playing around a little bit out the gate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's some new shit. Okay.
okay, so I'm going to do the intro. All right. Fani is still standing. If you come for the queen, you best not miss. And sorry to this man, Nathan, but the show must go on. Sorry. Speaking of keeping the show moving, Porsha's ex-husband may have found anchor wife number 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I don't know how many people women he's been married to, but he might be on to his next one. And Wendy Williams' ex-husband is asking for 2 years of alimony because triflingness has no ceiling. Father of the Michigan school shooter is found guilty of manslaughter. Good. Also, and while clerks are busy following yo black ass around the store, it was a whole crime ring of white women's who was like robbing them blind. Okay, so we're gonna talk about that. The House GOP had their annual retreat, and half of them told Christian warrior Mike Johnson to kick rocks. They're like, we are not interested in your shit. 4 years ago today, the world shut down. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm, yeah. So 4 years ago, you were not better off, at least Stefanik. Also, ex-Trump employee who helped move classified documents. He told CNN, y'all really should not let that man become president again. Okay, he worked for him for 20 years. All right. Also, there's a scary man talking about buying TikTok. Don't let that happen. I don't want that to happen. Please don't let that happen. Okay, so there we go. Ernest was like, we have comments. Yeah, we got comments. Thank you guys. Hi, Militia. Sorry, y'all. Hey. There's a slight delay with my face, so I'm just adjusting to that. All right. Oh, I forgot. We still got Kate Gate because Kate Gate continues.
Yeah.
We have to. So hopefully we don't spend too much time on it. But there's an article in Vox called, the title was "Who is the British royal family willing to protect?" And I mean, look, in a nutshell, Meghan was treated very motherfucking differently, right? Her privacy and her request for mental health care denied, ignored, whatever. Kate, on the other hand, ain't nobody seen her except for maybe 2 isolated moments with her mom and her current still husband. And look, and the British press is saying, look, please respect her privacy. Get the fuck out of here, okay? Because y'all wouldn't do that for Meghan. So here's my thing. The article, and you know what, Antoine, like I hadn't read the article when I put it on shelf floor. I was just like, I just wanted something to kind of do an assessment.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to the bottom of it, and this author says, it's tempting to see this situation through a U.S. lens and conclude that the discrepancy exists because Kate is whiter and better behaved than Meghan is. She continued,
wow.
and it's certainly fair to say that those factors play a role here, but pause. So either this is poorly written or you're fucked up, okay? So, because I don't know if you were trying to say that the perception is, right, that because Kate is white, the perception is that because Kate is better behaved. But the way you wrote it sounds like you think that is the issue, that Kate is better behaved than fucking Meghan. Like, what's fucking
That's what I took from it.
Okay, so
that's bold.
She continues, right? She continues, and it's certainly fair to say that those factors play a role here, but says it's really about precedence. And since Kate is a future queen and Meghan is not, royal family's like, who the fuck cares what happens to her? Now, mind you, I do think that's a part
I mean, that's true.
Bigger percentage, right?
That's true.
But Antoine, I think the bigger percentage though is because she's black, and if anything, she was trying to modernize the monarchy, right? Like she's like,
Yes.
look, we can do things, and not even I think in a bad way. I think she just was coming from a different perspective that I think would have been good for them.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
girl, I'm over here pressing a million buttons. I'm trying to do two things at once.
It's okay. It's all right. If you could just roll with I agree. We good.
Yeah.
So, also, there's another headline that basically said it's a huge European news agency, AFP, is no longer considers Kensington Palace a reliable source.
After the floating head scandal, the fucking Sleepy Hollow Photoshop job.
So, it's reviewed its relationship with the Prince and Princess of Wales, and any future pictures will be aggressively inspected. And shammery is my word, not their word. Also, they said it is highly unusual to issue kill notices. Okay, that's not a thing that happens. They're like maybe once a year. It's very rare. And in the past, it involved the North Korean news agency and the Iranian news agency. Those are the only two times they've had to do kill notices. Right, exactly, Tom. They would lie to protect Harry and couldn't tell the truth to protect Harry and Meghan. What'd you say?
Yeah, we know, like Iran, they, when you're in the same company as Iran when it comes to international news outlets, you are fucking up.
And North Korea.
I think I've told y'all this before. Kim Jong-un is the biggest client for Hennessy in the entire world. He orders more Hennessy than anybody else.
I don't remember you saying that before. Maybe.
Yeah, I forget where I got that information, but it's definitely true. Like he just orders boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes. When you go over there to visit, like I'm sure, what's the nigga with the bright colored hair that was fucking Carmen Electra? He was married to her. Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman probably.
Comedy. Oh my god. Well, wait, Antoine. So, because there was a bunch of rumors, and yes, it is a rabbit hole. I saw somebody's comment. Again, I'm actually seeing comments on my phone. we figuring shit out.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a window. You're supposed to be able to see the comments. We'll figure that out.
I'm seeing them, but because there's a delay. I don't know. Hey, Kristen. Okay, see, I'm seeing. Hey, CJ.
Yeah.
So this one says, okay, sorry. So I don't even know, so obviously y'all know, well, people who've been following this Kate Gate shit, there's like rumors of William having a mistress, right? And she's the Marquess of Calamity. Whatever.
What was the one comment where somebody said, I'd be really pissed if somebody replaced me with a side chick that looked just like me but was par horse? Or something like...
Was horsier looking.
Horsier? I didn't say it. I didn't say it. I said I don't have an allegedly banner tonight. It's coming next week.
No, one thing we do is we just tell y'all what the internet is saying, okay? So
yeah.
What social media said is that they showed a picture of the alleged mistress with her husband. She has a husband who is 63, so older than her. And they were like,
wait, her husband is 63?
Wait, but peep game. William is bald headed. Her husband got a head full of hair, and of course is like quite well off. So that was one tweet, and then there was a quote tweet that said, "Just read that Rose Hanbury's husband has a male lover, and he only needed Rose to produce heirs to his estate, and that they have an open marriage, leaving Rose to fully engage with Prince William. My mind is now wild. I shouldn't have opened this box. Should have stuck to my faves."
How do people know this about their marriage? Like, is this common knowledge?
I have no idea. I don't know. Yes, the rabbit hole will continue. Exactly. So I am all over this. Excuse me. Oh wait, Ernest said he uses Hennessy as a truth serum to torture prisoners. Did you see that?
Oh, I missed that one. Let me expand this window. Is it gonna? It ain't gonna let me expand it.
Wait, Tony said, is Marconess of Camelati?
What?
The chick's title, I don't know. They've been clowning it all week though. So there's Ernest's comment. I'm sorry, Tony. Look, I'm sorry to this lady. Your title is crazy. My bad. Anyway.
Wait, what Tony's saying here? Obama's photographer says this, and the whole conversation around this is suspect and a twisting of lane. Oh, they didn't do that. Okay, so we talked about this. This was what... Yeah.
I sent it to you guys.
Yeah. So, what I will say, Tony, I saw that same article. Crescent sent it to me and Danielle, because, you know, our personal thread be popping. We stay on top of shit. But... Since I have a graphic design background, I was like, he's full of shit because...
Well, wait. Remember he said, don't stop saying it's called Photoshop. He said it's a fake photo, right? Isn't that what he said?
Yeah, but the thing is, it's no different from how the word Xerox became synonymous with copy. When somebody says it, if you said something, it was very clear when you meant... If you were referring to the company Xerox, it's very clear when you're referring to that as opposed to, hey, make a Xerox of it for me. People know the difference. So when people say, oh, that's Photoshopped, they know that it doesn't mean that a picture was just slightly altered. When somebody says a photo was Photoshopped, it means you did something. It has been seriously altered in some way. Like,
Look, Obama's photographer was like, fuck all this noise.
Because he was saying, he was referring to a touch-up. He was like, no, when you use Photoshop, you can use it to, touch up. And I'm like, yeah, when somebody says something's been Photoshopped, they don't mean it was touched up. They mean like, you're trying to mislead me. That's what Photoshopped means.
Wait, you see, that's the comment that Tony wrote that I saw that I was like, I don't know.
Marconis of Camelty phonetics.
I'm not dealing with it. Okay. Oh, Jesus Lord. Okay, yes, exactly. I don't even feel like people yet. The gossip is sucking me in. Exactly, Callum. Exactly. Okay, moving on to Fani. We got Fani, because Fani, this shit don't have me hot all day. I woke up with the decision was already out there.
Lord. I did not tell it to put it there.
That's also the last. We on to.
Sorry. Damn, what coming for? Yeah, I might have to give up on this one tonight. We go talk y'all through the titles because they were not ready ahead of time. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Good.
So, headline was basically this was. First thing, this was earlier today. Fani Willis can stay on the case if she removed her ex as a special prosecutor. Well, since then, he has handed in his resignation, Nathan Wade. Okay, so Judge McAfee said a whole motherfucking lot, all right? And most people's assessments are he split the baby, okay? They did not show legitimate cause for a conflict of interest because it did not exist. And the only way you can disqualify a DA is there an actual conflict of interest, which there was not. So, however, he was like either Nathan, I'm sorry, can you hear my mother?
Yeah.
Mommy!
We're professionals.
It's the Madness Collective. We're still called that for a reason.
We are consummate professionals over here.
I'm like, I was on a roll. Okay, sorry. All right. If y'all hear that, that's my mom. Hey, Jason. All right. However, again, what we were saying, so either Nathan had to leave or she basically had to she's pulled a whole team, which of course she was not going to do. So Nathan handed his resignation. Right. And so Judge McAfee's rationale for making that call was that there was a whiff of impropriety.
Impropriety.
That part, yeah. So he said that affected the team. And he was like, there is a question regarding Nathan's truthiness. I'm going to get to that in a second. So, to be clear, Trump tried to steal an election, okay? There's audio for that. He had help. He and his goons are being prosecuted for that. Period. Okay? The DA started dating someone on her team, a motherfucking coworker, okay? There's a husband and wife team on the other side, right? The lawyers who brought this conflict of interest bullshit, part of, one of the group, they're husband and wife. For two reasons only, and not because of a conflict of interest, because there's no conflict of interest. One, they were trying to help Trump escape accountability again, and they want to embarrass the fuck out of her. Okay. So, and they wanted to make her regret trying to take down a powerful, rich, corrupt white man. Corrupt as fuck. And white people literally get away with murder. Like, literally. Okay? She was dating a coworker. Regarding Nathan. So, in a set of interrogatories, which are answers to questions, part of something, blah, blah, blah. This is when I need Sarah. Right, exactly. Clarence Thomas is bullshit. Anyway. So, what I understanding the judge to be talking about when he was saying that he thought Nathan was not being truthful was Nathan was asked the question of, I think, if he ever dated anyone outside of his marriage, if he saw anyone while he was still married. He answered no. Now, technically, he should not have. He should have said yes, because his divorce, I think, just got settled, like this year, right?
That's semantics.
Okay, so, but that's his point. He was like, I moved out 5 years ago, right? Like, we've been living separately for several years. So I'm sure he's been dating other people besides, like, Fani, and I'm sure the wife been dating people. But technically, right, you were still married while you were seeing Fani, legally. So, but if that's your basis, right, if that's your basis for him not being truthful, that is bullshit, okay? Like, if there's nothing else, if that's it, that's it, get out of here. So there's that. Also, to be clear, her shady hating ass ex-homeboy, not credible. And the hating ass need a new wig ex-homegirl, not credible. Okay. He also, Judge McAfee said her testimony was unprofessional.
Wait, Judge said Fani's was, or
yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, technically that's true. I mean, technically.
I hear that, but look, as a bitch is taking off her earrings right now. Talk about professional. Okay. Who giggles is? What? Is that me? I don't know.
They're having, girl, they be having a separate conversation in the chat.
Yeah, I'm usually able to keep up with it because I'm the one.
Well, yeah, because you're not, and you know what? You deserve an award, because over here, I'm trying my best.
It's okay. All right. Because this part, though, I really did want to just be able to talk, so it's fine.
Yeah.
So he said her testimony was unprofessional. I'm gonna come back to that. He also mentioned that the speech that she gave in a church that was like a couple weeks before the actual hearing, basically he said something about it. I don't give a fuck, because his tone on it, I didn't appreciate. Mm-hmm. Judge McAfee talked about prosecutors being held to a higher standard. Shouldn't motherfucking presidents be held to a higher standard? So that's my issue is, you, Judge McAfee, got all this shit to say about Fani, but have you ever been hit with a bunch of fucking death threats? Have you? Right? Like, have you had to probably, like, be undermined at every step of your motherfucking career? Like, since you started being a lawyer, everybody looking at you like you don't belong, or you got some damn diversity hire? No. So they got this woman out here calling her everything but a child of God. Yeah, she mad. But this is what I'm saying. Black women are not allowed to just be human. Like, we are not. No. And that's not fair. Like, his whole assessment of this is through a white male gaze, and I'm tired of it.
It's true.
Also today, and look, that's why I really was trying to do better about watching less MSNBC, because it just right, exactly. The overgrown cheerleader Ashley Merchant, exactly. Talk about somebody who's not qualified for their motherfucking job. That girl. Okay. Yeah. So today on MSNBC, once again, the commentary from people who are supposed to be allies. Giggles is Wade. Oh, that's cute. So the people who are supposed to be allies, again, people's comments on this, particularly white people, like, oh, this looks bad, and oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, first of all, she didn't get kicked off the case. Nathan got to go, but Fani's still standing. Okay, like,
yeah, this is a victory. This is a clear victory. That was all that mattered. All that mattered was that we didn't have to go back and start over from scratch. That was all we needed, because Fani is fine. Fani can replace that nigga. She will be just fine.
Okay, so and
she replaced him once. She can replace him again.
Not Merchant looks like the bootleg version of Jenna Ellis. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm sorry. Semi-last thing I'm going to say about all of this is Nicole Wallace, who I love her. Like, her show I can watch. She got it right. She was like, we need to stay focused on what Trump did. Okay, like, Fani's still in. Bet, let's keep it moving. Also, this morning on Morning Joe, Simone Sanders, love her. And again, I love us because the Morning Joe, I mean Joe and like somebody else said their thing, blah blah blah. Simone was like, okay, look at here, y'all. She's still standing. So yes, I do. I know, Sarah. I do have to watch the last, or I'm gonna lose my mind. So, and somebody can fill this in the chat. Sarah, it might be you, because it's state, because it's still state and it's still going. Even if it doesn't happen before November, which was already a long shot anyway, that trial happening before November, he can't pardon state charges. So what it looks like to me is, God forbid, heaven help us, please don't let this happen, he goes back into office, he wins, he's the president, and the Georgia case goes forward because it's state and he can't make that one easily go away. Let's say he's found guilty. So now y'all motherfuckers got a sitting president who's been found guilty of trying to steal an election.
NPR said, and this was because Sarah may have more insight. NPR said that wasn't cut and dry. They were like, he would still have some degree of influence to make it go away somehow. So I can see that. They were like, his strategy, we'll see what happens. But they said if it goes their route, don't think you just won, because he'll still have influence at that point. So
did they address if? Okay, let's say it's November and the case has just gotten started, right? Like, and then let's say a verdict is handed down within like 2 weeks or something.
Right.
Like, he's just become president, but he hasn't gone back into office yet, like in January.
Yeah, they didn't address.
Let's say he's found guilty before the end of the year.
Yeah, they didn't address that part.
I need somebody to weigh in here. Because I'm not saying the military.
These are important questions, because with our luck, that's what's gonna happen, and nobody's asking that specifically. But
okay, so I just had to get that off my chest because I've been heated all day. Because I have a lot of friends, Black women, who are in very important positions, who are stressed the fuck out because they are trying to do the jobs that other people don't want to do. Right? Like, Trump could have got shot down. I mean, he could have got shot down how many other motherfucking times? Mitch McConnell, you could have voted to impeach that motherfucker, right? Like, all these opportunities to take him out, and they didn't happen. But now,
and a lot of it is like, I won't even just say the Republicans, but I mean, obviously, just like the RNC is turning into the Trump NC instead of the RNC.
Not turning into, it is.
It is. Now. But it's fear and intimidation at this point. Like, there are people who probably should have run for office who maybe would have been even viable as a Democratic candidate against Biden, but nobody wants all that fucking drama. It's not a normal thing to run for anymore. Like, even with Fani having to have security, her father got to sit at our house and all this other shit. Like, a lot of us are like, we downtrodden enough. Like, sometimes you just want to Netflix and chill and just live without worrying about all this shit. And so it's just like when people were saying, I wish Michelle would have ran. It's like, no. And why would she want to? Who wants to subject them? When Obama, they took images of Obama and made them target practice and posted those videos on YouTube. As much as we might not have liked some of the previous white men that served as president, we ain't take the shit that far. We just let you know we don't like you, we don't like your policies. But yeah, it's just gotten to a point like it's violent, it's life-threatening.
But Antoine, we don't ever take shit that far. Ever.
No.
And actually, also, we've said this before, the Democrats don't take shit as far as the goddamn Republicans take shit. Like,
no.
One of us is actually still trying to like be a country of law and orders, and the other side is like, no, by any means necessary, we're taking down this democracy. So, and it's never.
It's one of those things that what bothers me is that, to me, that's enough ammunition for the Democrats to use. I don't know why I don't see commercials plastered with it. A right-wing conspiracy theorist broke into Nancy Pelosi's home and beat her husband in the head with a fucking hammer. That's not okay.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. Some of these very, because the material's there, the content is there, exactly as you're saying.
It's all there. No one's compiling it in a way that's appealing to people who want to know. Like a lot of people, like even the thing with Pelosi's husband, I feel like a lot of people don't even know exactly what happened with that. Like, it just wasn't, especially with it being Pelosi involved. And that one just stands out. Obviously, there are dozens upon dozens of other incidents. You know, the guy who cut his father's head off on YouTube. Like, that shit came and went. A week later, people would have been like, who did what? See, cut his father's head off live because he believes in QAnon and Pizzagate. Y'all did that. Marjorie Taylor Greene still believes that shit.
And didn't he say because federal employees need to be taken out or some shit?
Yes.
Like, the government or something?
It was full Marjorie Taylor Greene. What's Clarence Thomas's wife? Jenny Thomas. All of them believe that shit. And the fact that they have political influence and power, like, these people need to be exposed. So much so that even if you decide you want to support these people, you would be too embarrassed to say so publicly. Anybody who publicly supports Marjorie Taylor Greene should be vilified, ostracized, made to feel belittled and stupid. But they can openly support her and like everybody's okay with that. No, make these people look stupid.
And that's the thing. Anybody who's still openly, publicly supporting Marjorie Taylor Greene, you're already a lost cause, right? Like you are in MAGA, you're in the cult, right? And also anybody who's like, I like Trump policies, and if you press them, I'm like, what Trump policies? And they say, well, abortion. Okay, you and I are not going to ever agree on anything, right? Like we're not going to agree. But the people who are talking about, Sarah, he said he did kill all federal. He wanted to kill all federal employees, and his dad was one. Dude was crazy.
Yeah. Chavez, stop it.
If you are any of the people who are like, well, I don't know who to vote for, or I don't really feel like voting, or Biden is too old. Those are the people I'm actually still trying to get through to, okay? Because it's not just these are two white men who are equally yoked. That's not the case.
No.
There's one who's like, look, democracy, trying to do some things for you, I'm gonna circle back to that. Remind you to ask me about my student loan debt, okay? And then you got another one who's like, dictator. Hey, hi. And it said it out loud. He's been saying it. He keeps saying it. Anyway.
The false equivalency argument, it got really stupid during, just looking at all the quotes that you can pull from the shit that Trump has said. Just even the one that I have been hearing more lately is because I guess, the trial is ramping back up. Is it being on tape, him saying, I need 11,200 some odd, like, that is a smoking gun. When you support somebody who has said that and we have it on tape, you're an asshole. You're supporting, that is criminal activity. You are co-signing that and saying it's okay to do that. And then you have nerve to turn around and claim that something was stolen when this smoking gun is there letting you know it wasn't stolen, that the opposite is happening. The other person that you support is trying to steal an election.
So that's what I'm saying. So while the judge is out here scolding Fani for having a consenting relationship with a coworker, and because she was emotional during testimony because people are lying on her. But again, we got audio of a man trying to steal an election. Right?
Yeah.
Like, y'all brought this frivolous ass bullshit. It took 67 or 68 days out of this trial on some dumb shit. Like, it's okay. We're gonna move on because I could talk about this nonstop. Sarah called her Marjorie Failure Green. I can rock with that. Chavez said I'm down for some pizza. Chavez, that's
what I said. He needs to stop.
Also, and Tony, thank you, Tony. I just wanted to make sure I said it properly. So until Trump, please don't let this happen, gets inaugurated next January, but I don't want that to happen, he will technically still be a private citizen. So again, my point remains, let's say a trial actually happened by the end of the year and he was found guilty, because he is guilty because there's audio of him trying to interfere with a goddamn election. Then, so now y'all are about to let a convicted criminal officially be president.
Has there ever been, there are like 10 questions I feel like every American should have a solid answer to. And what is Trump's explanation for being caught on tape saying, I need this many votes? What is his explanation for that? Like, that should be clear. Everybody voting for him should know What is his stance? And then they can say, well, hey, he said that, oh, he was joking. At least you have something to hide behind. You can't just have that statement floating around on tape without an explanation for it. You have to say why you said that.
I don't know if he's going back to voter fraud and like 12,000 people should have been pulled anyway. Who knows? But yeah, I agree with you. I'm like, ask him that question. They keep asking him about these goddamn documents, which we're going to get to. Promise we're going to move on. And he's like, those are my documents. So he does have an answer for that, even though it's wrong. It's the correct answer. But anyway, moving on. Sorry. Speaking still, okay, petty and trifling ex-husbands is the next topic. So Simon, go ahead and say his last name again.
Guobadia.
Thank you. The headline is he flirts with a fitness influencer amid trolling Estranged wife Porsha Williams. So the woman's name is Get Body by Jay. I kept trying to find like her real name, but I just kept seeing Get Body by Jay, so I'm gonna just call her that. So he liked several posts. He left 3 fire emojis under a swimsuit shot, and the swimsuit shot is banging, but it's just like you don't see her face. It's just abs, hips, and her JJ is covered by like a triangle of cloth because that's the bikini part. But, you know, whatever. So I don't know if she's interested, but she should run. Okay, like she should run from this man. Please do not get involved with this man. Don't do it. So what I did not realize is that because they follow each other, and I don't know if she's left comments under his post, but everybody, you know, Shade Room and other people on the internet noticed that he even liked her post and leaving fire emojis and all that stuff. So I didn't realize this, but on March 11th, Porsha shared a message on IG that said, if you keep telling your lies in all caps, I will start speaking my truth in all caps. And then he put in the comment section, can't wait, with 3 popcorn bucket emojis.
Oh, the shade of it all. I would say to Porsha, I'm not trying to stereotype anybody, but if you watch the Housewives franchises, girl, you better leave them Nigerians alone. Don't let Wendy's mama enter the chat because allegedly. I just watched the episode today where NECA and Wendy had their conversation, but I don't want to get derailed, but I want to come back to that. Oh, like if I was Porsha, I would leave it alone. Just move on. Cause he sounds shady as fuck. Like you don't know what he's really capable of. He makes up fake identities to stay in countries. Really allegedly. Does. Damn, I need that back.
Allegedly. We need that. We need our crawl back.
It'll be back next week.
What's funny is I actually had a different reaction because I'm like, what's with the threats? Like, stand on business or be quiet. Like, don't, like, if you're going to drop something, drop it.
Well, you know, right? That's how you do it this year. Because remember, one that irritated me a lot was the light-skinned nigga from All the Queen's Men. We have a friend that writes for the show, actually.
Bless her heart.
Yeah. So what irritated me was like he comes out with this blind item and he clearly sounds like he's referencing Tyler Perry, but then it turns into TD Jakes, all this other stuff, speculation. And then Claudia Jordan jumped in. Yeah, he told me when it happened and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like,
Keys, right?
Yes. And so, thank you for remembering his name. And so, I'm like, if you have, if this man has, basically he gave like 3 different incidents where his genitals were touched, he was propositioned, this, that, and the third. And what irritates me is, if you know there's a predator on the loose who's a billionaire, I don't know. And he said he had a pen recorder that he said because the person, he said they usually try and take your phone, and he said he had the person on tape. So I'm like, you got a smoking gun, you were victimized, but you gonna let this motherfucker walk around and continue to victimize other people. I don't like to demonize victims, but to me, you're doing a disservice when you know somebody is capable of this and you won't say their name. Why are we watching the video in the first place? And you know what? He probably got more views than he ever got in his entire fucking life. Got people are talking about him and shit. And I just don't like that. It's like you using that shit for clout. It's kind of disgusting to me.
I agree. Like the the route he chose to take, I'm just like, okay, why don't you, if you come forward, just come forward, right? Like, I
Yes.
guess I assume he has reasons for doing it this way. He's pretty well known. I think he also said he feels like he's finally at a point in his career where him coming forward, he can't be affected by like the fallout of it. Although I'm like, I don't know, sir. We'll see.
If that's the case, then why didn't you drop the name? I'm trying to understand what's the purpose of you posting these videos, going in comments on the Shade Room saying it would break y'all heart if I told y'all the person's name. Then why the fuck did you say anything in the first place?
Yeah,
the only person who benefited from that was him. No potential victims. Nobody benefited. It's like I don't understand why this culture exists with this blind item culture exists when it comes to people exploiting others. Either say the name or keep your fucking mouth shut.
I mean, this part. I wanted to just know, Tony said that Trump would say it was a perfect call. True. And then it's funny, Jazz. Jason said the explanation is that they need to recount because he felt that they missed that many votes in the count. So, yeah. Yeah, true. Republicans would chase Fani over a missed electricity bill. Callum's right. Yeah. Because, okay, just so FYI, so Chavez has said, not blaming her, but Fani and Wade should have known better. You can't hide things from the unscrupulous when you're trying to prosecute them. So, and I don't want to rehash this because I feel very passionately about it, but I'm tired of black women being held up to this crazy ass standard. Like, they're wrong. They're guilty. This is bullshit. Like, stop harassing this woman. But moving on.
Yeah.
Speaking of trifling and sack of shits, Wendy Williams' ex-husband seeks 2 years of unpaid spousal support. So he filed a motion in New Jersey Superior Court on Tuesday. His legal team argues that Williams owes him support that she has yet to pay following their 2020 divorce. He, quote, "This is an emergent matter because I rely on the severance pay for my living expenses and having been without this income for 23 months has affected me greatly."
I mean, here's the thing. If we got to keep the same energy. If he was owed it and it wasn't paid, and she has it, but she just doesn't have access to her funds, then he is owed the money. The guardianship actually owes him the money if that's the case. But you know, considering how all this went down, it's crazy to me that you have to pay somebody who went and had a baby with a woman down the street from you. That should make it null and void. It makes it seem like you were an investment instead of, you get what I mean? Like they had ulterior motives when they married you.
Ooh, Jesus Lord.
And you shouldn't have to, I know that's not how the law works. But yeah, that's terrible.
Again, what you just said, right? That's not how the law works, but street justice works a certain kind of way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay.
Yeah, because she's not even, obviously Wendy isn't in the mind. She's not in her right mind right now. So she can't fight it. It seems like this it would be something the guardianship would have to fight.
Tony said you can miss 23 months of checks doesn't make this an emergent issue. Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and apparently, I mean, he's having financial issues too, because the new lady,
trifling ass Negro.
Yeah, the new lady left him. I think she took the baby with her. It probably ain't even a baby no more. It's probably about 5 or 6 years old at this point.
Not it. Okay. Non-binary. We don't know. Boy, girl.
So look. Among other issues, so I had to switch from using a Windows computer for 15 goddamn years to using a Mac. Everything I think I told y'all an episode or two ago, to scroll down, that's what's fucking me up with the comments. So, to scroll down on an Apple, you scroll the opposite direction. So everything, even to close a window, on a Windows machine, everything is on the right. On an Apple, everything is on the left. And when I'm trying to copy and paste, the fucking shortcuts are different. It's a lot. So I gotta get used to it.
And also, I usually handle the comments, so that's the other aspect of it for you.
Yes. Yeah, we gonna figure out a system because we can bookmark them. We may start having a section. We may take a break and then go to the comments, and then when Crescent has bookmarked the comments, I can then show the ones that were bookmarked, and then we can discuss the comments in a separate section. We gonna figure out a system.
Oh, wait. So everybody in the chat talk about prenups and yeah, I mean, I hear y'all. And then Kristen said his baby mama is an Instagram chef now. Huh. How about that? Also, Callum said he can get a job if he needs some money. And CJ said, that's right. UPS is hiring. I like Apple. Tony said, which is why I don't fuck with Apple shit or iThingies.
Yeah, I mean, I actually started out, I used to work for, I don't know how many of you have used Apples, but I worked for Mac Mall and PC Mall, the catalog companies. They used to mail catalogs out and you bought all your Apple products through them. And so I used to do tech support for people that bought Apple computers. I can tell you the SKU number for the RAM you needed. And then at some point I needed a powerful computer with, I think, a quad-core processor. And the Mac that I would have had to get was like $3,000. I found a used HP on eBay for $399, and I never looked back after that.
You ain't looked back since. So
no, I ain't no choice.
Wait, hold up. It is a hard transition, Sarah. And then Karen's comment, you should have seen me at the Apple store trying to copy and paste. Girl, okay, so because I was a Mac person my entire life, looking at an iPhone now. And then for the gig, they gave me a PC, and I was like, ugh. But as soon as I can, hopefully over the weekend, I'm getting back to my Mac. I'm getting a new laptop, and it's gonna be an Apple because I can't anymore. Anyway.
Yeah, because the copy, as a person with a design background, I use a lot of keyboard shortcuts, particularly in Photoshop. And I'm in Photoshop. The first day I was putting together the thumbnail, and like I'm doing this and I also know how to type. I don't have to look. That's part of the reason I like shortcuts. So I'm doing nothing is work. All kinds of shit popping up on the screen because I have to swap out the Windows key for the Apple key, and it's not in the same location. It's a goddamn nightmare.
Friday Night Live.
Yeah, I'm gonna come around at some point. Live.
So I had a different title for this, but I don't remember what it is now. Anyway, criminals. So the father of the Michigan shooter has been found guilty of manslaughter. James Crumbley was the father of the teenager who killed 4 students at a Michigan high school in 2021 and was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter. This is a month after the mother was found guilty of the same charges. So it's 4 counts of involuntary manslaughter, which is a maximum punishment of up to 15 years in prison. And now those it would run concurrently. So 15 years is maximum.
Do we know, because I think Sarah probably was on that episode, and we were kind of speculating, would they be able to use elements from her case to in some way to have a stronger case against him, or the exact opposite, like, hey, she got convicted, which means most of the fault was on her. You can't convict both of us for the same thing. So I wonder if that had any.
The commentary I saw on before the decision was handed down was that it actually was probably going to make it easier to convict him because he was convicted of the similar issues at play.
Okay.
So both of them motherfuckers was found guilty. Both of them going to jail with their goddamn son. So y'all should have stepped up when y'all had the chance. Horrible parenting.
Also a new feature in the future, like at least on my end, because Crescent, she tends to swear more when I swear a lot. We actually haven't been that bad lately with the swearing. We've gotten better with it, but I do have a fuck that I can. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
I heard it.
So I can edit myself live So if I want to say fuck them niggas, I can edit it out live instead of. So fuck them niggas. Fuck them niggas. I can do it live if I want to swear.
But I'm hearing it, so.
No, you can still hear it when I say fuck. No, it should. No, when I say fuck, you still hear fuck.
Yes, I'm just laughing at this conversation happening right now. But yes,
the viewers shouldn't be. No, the viewers don't hear it then. I don't know. We'll have to ask them in the chat. Can y'all still hear me say the swear word? Because look, I'm gonna say.
Oh, Karen said she doesn't hear it. She didn't hear it.
Did you hear the beep?
I don't know. Melissa, tell us.
Are y'all hearing the beep? Because I need to know before I be thinking I'm editing myself and I could say something real nasty and get us in trouble. So it should be editing it out when I say word.
Karen said, no, Tony said he can hear it. Saying everybody can hear it.
So wait. So right now I'm gonna say I'm saying fuck. So you heard me say it. Now this time I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna bleep it out. So fuck. Did you hear the beep or did you hear me say fuck that time? I'm gonna do it with the beep again. So you should be able to. There is no beep. They said they hear it loud and clear.
DJ said it's not working. Tony said there is no beep. No, fam. John said I hear loud and clear. I hear all the swears. We gotta test this out later.
So y'all don't hear that?
I don't hear it. And I'm
wow. Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. I can hear you.
They still fucking.
Everybody in the chat is like, no beep, nigga, no beep.
Okay, I don't know why that feature ain't working. We gonna work it out.
CJ said, let's move on. I was trying to.
wait. Caleb said, wait. Fuck is audible. It's audible. Wait.
Exactly.
Wait, I heard the full enunciated word.
Okay. Moving on. Moving on.
Yeah, okay.
Headline. Suburban mom ran a complex crime ring that stole nearly $8 million in makeup across the United States. So, a seemingly already well-off white woman, a mother of 3 children, ran a crime ring of about 12 women who stole around $8 million worth of merchandise from Ulta, Sephora, Bloomingdale's, Prada, TJ Maxx, Walgreens. Then they resold that shit online for a profit. They were called the California Girls, and they traveled up and down the West Coast and at least 10 other states, wreaking havoc. So she ran this enterprise from her, get this, $2.7 million, 4,500 square foot mansion in the San Diego foothills. Okay, so here was they recovered at least 10,000 items worth nearly $400,000 from the mansion. Here's the funny part. Hundreds of postmarked envelopes were stuffed with stolen products ready to be sent to customers. So you ain't getting your shit.
Wow.
So the California AG has filed 140 felony charges against the kingpin, her husband, and several other members. The charges are conspiracy to commit organized retail theft, grand theft, and receipt of stolen property. Also, mad text messages. I'm like, why are people texting their criming? Stop doing that, okay? If you're committing crimes, don't text. Do not text your partner. Don't do that.
Law and Order SVU is still on the air too. Like, you just stupid. They show you how to do it. Olivia show you how to do it on the show.
Don't use WhatsApp. Don't use Signal. Motherfucker, use a carrier pigeon or a fucking Raven or some shit. Like, just don't do it. Don't write down nothing. Although in this case, I'm glad she got caught because, again, as I said in my intro, meanwhile, y'all be following the black people all around the store trying to see who's trying to steal some shit. Meanwhile, Becky and motherfucking, I'm not gonna say Megan because Megan Thee Stallion is black, but you know, Becky and another name be out there just taking all the fucking shit. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, it's real easy because now I've picked up when all the smash and grabs were happening. Whenever I had a passenger that I was dropping off at a mall, I'd be like, "Hey, you work here?" And they, we be talking. And so basically, what happens in in Sephora and Ulta and all these different places, when the employees see somebody stealing, they can't do shit about it. They can't do anything. They literally can't stop them. They can tell them, "Hey, I see what you're doing," and the person I've seen it happen at Apple Store before. There's a video of this guy who went in and just yanked about 12. Not 12. He didn't have enough time.
Him in all his pockets. I remember seeing a video. Yeah.
And walked right out of the car, right out of the building, went in a car and drove off. So yeah, and now because there's this trend, makeup is trending, not makeup, but preventative maintenance for your skin is becoming a big deal with young girls on TikTok. So you have 10 and 11-year-old girls getting their parents' credit card, going to Sephora, buying $500 worth of moisturizer, anti-aging cream, and yeah, and because they're kids, they go in there and they cause a lot of havoc. But yeah, I bet a bunch of shit. I bet most of the people that are participating in this theft ring were probably kids.
Well, I mean, they did say 10 women, so, but then...
10 women, okay.
Oh, who's Callie? Kali. Hi, new viewer.
Oh, there you go.
She did say, were her kids in the booster gang? Look, honestly, she probably did have them working, but I think the people who were stealing were other women. Yes, it isn't worth doing anything. Oh wait, I wanted to highlight Karen. I wanted to say Karen's comment out loud. She said, when she worked in a bookstore, here I have the manager checking my bag while my white coworker is asking me to help her carry books to her car out the loading dock. So, okay.
Yeah, it's unfortunate shit. You go get shot in the leg, you steal some shit out of my goddamn store. The rent here in California, are you kidding me?
Super quick. Bilal said, we hear you 10 times now, just going back to this last situation that happened. And also, Callum said, imagine someone joining in right now to be like, what the fuck? Right, I had to highlight. Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot of experimenting to do over the weekend to make sure all the new shit work right. So
wait. It's Jason's wife. Hi, Jason's wife. Hey,
Oh,
Holly.
perfect.
Girl. That's right. Get that Lamar. Okay.
Oh yeah, that Lamar. I saw that like a little thing of Lamar is like $300. It's like this big.
Not 300. It's expensive.
No, it like for real. I'm not exaggerating. Like that Lamar, that shit is.
Hey, look. I mean, I got some good DNA. You know, Gen X is popping, but I help it along. Trust me. that beauty product bill is no joke. All right. Moving along, and dysfunctional as fuck is the headline. Is the title. Headline is, I'd rather sit down with Hannibal Lecter and eat my own liver. So what that was in response to is, like I said, the House GOP was doing their retreat. I think it was like Wednesday and Thursday or whatever. It was this week. And so it's like supposed to be like approximately like 200 plus people who would attend. Like half of them, no. And in fact, one person was asked whether or not he was going. And he said, and I will repeat this quote, I'd rather sit down with Hannibal Lecter and eat my own liver than go to that damn retreat. So,
they don't like hanging out with each other. Like they're insufferable being around. Like,
what Kid Buck said, I'm leaving this circus. Like, I'm tired of you.
Yeah.
You motherfucking clowns.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
Done.
And also, like, to that point, Antoine, they just had another, I don't know if it was a retreat, but it was some type of like get together off site somewhere. And Mike Johnson was like doing the whole like, you know, Jesus commentary, like I think sermonizing and doing all the extra shit. And they were like, what is we doing right now? Sir, that's your thing, not mine.
Yeah.
Look, see how it feel? While y'all out here telling women what to do with their bodies, see what happens when somebody subjects you to some shit against your will. You don't like it, do you? Okay. Driving me crazy. Also, just even with regard to the funding for Ukraine, Democrats are out there with saying, some Republicans are out there with saying, you even got monster Mitch McConnell out here basically begging Mike Johnson to allow this vote to go forward. That's the issue. He's not even allowing the vote to get to the floor, because I think they would need a total of 218 votes, which obviously all the Democrats are going to vote for it. And you only need like a couple Republicans to vote for it. And the bill passes for the Ukraine to get their funding. The shit is getting really dire.
It is.
We just kicked them off like 300 million, which was like maybe will last like a couple days, like a week or so with regards to
Damn.
Yeah.
Shit.
So yeah.
I need to become one of the, no, that's not warmongering. What do you call it? One of these wars, a war czar. That's 300 million only lasts a couple days. Shit, fuck Uber and Lyft. Shit.
So yes, that is a landline that you hear ringing in the background.
I be telling, with us and our black mamas, we go back to the land of Hotep whenever we go home. Landlines, look, Landlines, Africans in profile. It's like, yeah. Gotta love moms.
Oh God! So Sarah said, "Yeah, now we know why Ken Buck pulled out so abruptly. He was trying to avoid that damn retreat. I didn't know that's right, but he was just like, I'm not about to be sitting down in a goddamn conference room with you assholes. I'm done." Oh, sorry. Moving on. Okay, so right now, and I don't know why, but again, just out of touch of reality, the Republicans keep trying to push this like line out there talking about, are you better off from 4 years ago? Are you better off from 3 years ago? I'm like, why y'all acting like people forgot what the fuck happened 4 years ago? Although I will say people's minds and memories are a little bit shady, but I ain't forget. But okay, now my mom's yelling into
it's so you can bear it just sounds a little bit like something in the background. It's not about
I can hear it.
You gonna have to work through it then, girl.
I am. All right. So speaking of 4 years ago, March 11th, after more than 118,000 cases in 114 countries and 4,000 deaths, who declares COVID-19 a pandemic? Okay, that was March 11th. March 13th, 2020. The Trump administration declares a nationwide emergency and issues an additional travel ban on non-U.S. citizens traveling from 26 European countries due to COVID. He should have issued that travel ban in motherfucking January, but he didn't.
Yeah.
March 15th.
China.
So exactly 4 years ago today, states began to implement shutdowns in order to prevent the spread of COVID. The New York City school public system, the largest school system in the U.S., with 1.1 million students, was like, we shutting it down. And Ohio calls for restaurants and bars to close. And then just days after, like dominoes, other states was like, so that's what was popping 4 years ago. At least the
because I when I think of that time period, because that was when I was I needed some help. I was on Paxil for about 9 months at some point during that year, and I was guzzling alcohol. There wasn't shit else to do. It was I try not to even think about it. It was terrible.
So that's part of it, is like people are like collectively, like legitimately have deliberately forgot about it.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about that time. I'm like, honestly, I was okay staying in the house. Ernest said we were using freezer trucks as morgues and as mobile morgues 4 years ago, and we had double digit unemployment. So yes, we are better off. Sorry, Dion said, I hear Antoine cussing. Miss Gladys is barely audible. Fair. Tony said, no, I wasn't great, but I was treading water better than this shit. I mean, sorry. Yeah, just was checking. No, it just wasn't like, but again, this is, how can I say this? Trump is a monster and should not go back in office. Like, there's so many examples. There's so many reasons, I'm gonna get to that. So one of the articles headline was 62 things Trump did that you forgot about to preserve your sanity.
Okay, see, now that's what I'm talking about. We need more shit like that.
Oh, it's a great list, but I'm gonna just focus on couple things. Remember, when he came into office, he fired the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, right? And then when the pandemic happened, he says, I don't take responsibility for it at all. But remember, a lot of this kicked off because he fired the department that would have dealt with this shit. One, he said injecting disinfectant was going to be a cure for COVID. He said ultraviolet light was a possible cure for COVID. What's that? Hydroxychloroquine? How do you say that?
Hydrochloroquine. Yeah. And ivermectin.
Yep, that's another one. That's another line item. He told people not to wear masks to cut down the spread of COVID, even though they worked, right? He actively discouraged COVID-19 testing.
Mm-hmm.
He refused to send federal aid to New York City amid the first wave because the virus was hitting Democratic voting states the hardest. Yes, Blau is correct. I don't know why my mother has a landline either. She does not pick up. She is very busy. Here's the thing about her and this landline. She will listen to the messages and then ask me. I'm like, it's spam. Please ignore it. I don't answer the phone at all. I refuse to.
Well, a landline is now. A lot of people have landlines because if somebody tries to it's easier to take out cell phone towers than it is to take out a landline. So if some shit goes down,
I'm not mad at us still having one. I'm just mad when it randomly goes off, or if somebody calls with some crazy shit, because we do get a lot of spam on that line, and my mother will be asking me about it. I'm like, you don't have a PayPal account, so that's not for you. Whatever it is, spam. This is spam. So, yes, exactly. Ernest said Obama and Susan Rice created a 700-person department to monitor pandemics across the world. Trump and Bolton dissolved the entire department. Right. This is how they dealt with fucking Ebola. And again, as I've said before, and I'm gonna keep saying, imagine if Ebola had hit our shores while Trump was in office.
Oh. Well, honestly, even just
we would love to have the population.
Well, and also, it shouldn't be forgotten that a lot of what's happening now because remember we had whooping cough came back, measles. It was a couple.
Measles is coming back now because of the whole vaccine shit.
Right, but none of this happened in a vacuum. The conspiracy theorists connected to COVID-19, that is connected to the shit that's happening with measles right now. So all of it is connected. This distrust of medical professionals. And that all came with the Trump presidency. You know, just people who it's no different from her, you know, inspecting Biden's fucking garage and going to Congress and saying, well, it's my assessment that his memory is bad and he's physically... You are not a medical professional. Trump is not a medical professional. A bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they talking about got a lot of people out here. Just the same thing that happened with Jenny McCarthy and the whole thing connecting autism with vaccines and all of that being debunked and all of that shit is connected. And people are dead because of it.
I'm so sorry. My mother's talking to me.
Oh, sorry.
What'd you say, Mommy? I'm almost done. I'm sorry. We got. Lord Jesus, help me. Okay.
We are professionals.
I got it. Oh God, I can't. Okay. The next headline. Sit down with ex-Trump employee.
You gonna be all right, girl? It's almost over. Tell Gladys I said hello, by the way.
I don't know what's going on. Jesus help me. All right, so Trump employee number 5, his name is Brian Butler. He was moving boxes to the airport as the FBI were visiting to again beg for these documents. So this is right before the raid happened. So he worked with Trump for 24 years. He says he does not think Trump should be president again. And here's the thing about how all this went down. He wanted him to get, his friend, Antoine, his friend wanted him to get a Trump attorney. And he was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so here's what he said. He's like, I think it's better to look after yourself and to take care of it yourself. You know, even the voicemail by the attorney that called me, you know, he's like, I'm representing former President Trump. Well, that does me no good, right? You're representing him, not me. He's like, I mean, I wouldn't even consider that. Right. And he said that though they kept pressuring him, that they were like, no, you need to go with this attorney. Like, you need to go with the Trump attorney. He's like, I'm not doing that. Like, what the fuck?
It's the same thing. Look, now that's the oldest trick in the book. That's the same thing as a record label assigning you a fucking lawyer. The lawyer is always going to have the record label's best interests at hand. So when the shit comes down, they will shine your ass like Puffy did in the shooting in the club. It's like, you go get the shit end of the stick because they represent the firm and they always got to protect the firm first. So yeah, you don't want to have an attorney associated with them because they're not going to have your best interest at heart.
So, and just to be clear, he didn't know what was in the boxes he was moving. He's worked for Trump for like 20 years. He was like, kind of works with the valet. Like, oh, yeah, well, I will. You know, he's like, he's been in a, you know, with him for a minute. So they were like, move these boxes. He was like, okay. And so, you know, he didn't know at the time that that's what he was doing, but he was like, he saw people coming to Mar-a-Lago to talk to him, and he's like, I didn't know at the time that was the FBI. So anyway, so the other reason why he came forward to talk right now is because that terrible ass, shady ass judge in Miami is talking about releasing the witness names ahead of time. So he's like, well, if you about to put me on blast anyway, fuck it, I'm just get out ahead of it and just tell y'all what I know. And the other thing too, he's like, he says he thinks people should know the truth before the election. He said that Trump's claims that he did nothing wrong are all bogus. And again, he's also said, he's like, I think the American people have the right to know the facts, and that this is not a witch hunt. He was like, this is so much bigger than me, right? This is a nation that needs to decide the next president. So again, I'm like, these are other white men telling y'all to stop fucking with Trump. I don't understand. How is this hard?
Well, and the thing too is also, please remember this. It's silly that you would even need to listen to these people, because even as a casual, like a citizen who just follows politics casually, there's enough out there for a person with some good sense to know that this is not a good person. You know what I mean? Like, it's not rocket science.
No.
So when you choose to support him, you're just deciding it's almost like somebody who says, yeah, if my brother steals something, I'm a lie for my brother. It don't matter what he do. I ain't telling y'all nothing. That's how they treat Trump. It doesn't matter. They treat him like he's a family member that they're always going to protect no matter what.
Also, he said that anybody could access the rooms in Mar-a-Lago where the records were stored. He was like, he described how easy it would have been to just get it, because he had access to a master key. He was like, I could have just went to the ballroom, to the bathroom, to the storage room. He said some of the rooms did have like guards around them, but honestly, especially if you work there, he was like, you could literally just grab a master key and just go to where the shit was stored. If you knew,
well, can they subpoena him to testify in court?
No. He's one of the witnesses.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah. No, he is. But that's what I'm saying. Like, part of the reason why he came forward right now is because she keeps making sure this trial does. Because this trial should super quick, right?
Right.
So he's like, I don't know what the fuck this judge is doing. Also, she might release witness names, which would be dangerous.
I see. I get it now.
Yeah. So that's why he's like, you know what? Let me just say my shit right now so that the public knows, because I don't know when he's gonna get the trial, because Judge Eileen Cannon is on some bullshit. So let me just tell y'all what's popping. So yeah. Also, and people keep asking about this. I'm sure there's documents at Bedminster, because if they put some documents on a plane and flew them the fuck out of there, right? Like, they only confiscated documents from Mar-a-Lago. So also today, Pence publicly said that he's not going to endorse Trump, which I'm like, yeah, you know, they was trying to hang your ass, so you would want to not.
Yeah. I thought that was a given.
I mean, I still think people were surprised, because honestly, Mitch McConnell, he shouldn't have come out publicly and endorsed Trump. He's another one. I'm like, sir, you have done a lot of damage to this country. I think you think you did what's good, what you needed to do, but you've done a lot of damage to this country with your judges and with the fuck shit you pulled with Obama. So, and you don't like Trump. You made that very clear. But yet and still, you're like, I'm going to support the Republican nominee. So, again, and that's what I was saying in terms of like a Pence. And they're saying, look, Nikki Haley might come out and say it, right? I think Chris Christie has already said it, but I don't remember. So anyway, last thing, and we can talk about this on Monday, but Chuck Schumer came out with a really strong statement about Gaza. Basically, Netanyahu needs to go, and Biden endorsed it. So, yeah. What's deafening? My mom, she's gone now. So,
so Chavez, you heard the air horn?
I didn't hear it. Goddamn.
No, that's what's weird. I just. Oh no, maybe he wasn't talking about that.
Chavez, what are you talking about?
I hit an air horn by mistake. I thought maybe that's what he was talking about.
I ain't hear shit. Okay, last headline, and then my mother has ran out the door. I don't know what's going on. Former Treasury Secretary Mnuchin is considering buying TikTok. He's building an investor group to acquire ByteDance's TikTok. He's like, I think the legislation should pass, and I think it should be sold. its current value is 220 billion. Oh, well, I'm sorry. It was valued at that at the end of 2023, and right now, I don't know what it is like today, but any sale price will probably be likely less. And also, they said that what's actually most valuable about it is its algorithm, which was developed in China. So it's possible like TikTok could get sold without the algorithm, which would make it less valuable. So, I don't know. I'm still hoping that it doesn't pass the Senate and that this shit is moot for now, but I don't know if I can know. But again, what we were talking about on Wednesday night, though, it's like when Elon bought Twitter and destroyed it. So this in the wrong hands, nobody needs that. Nobody wants that except for the evil people, and Mnuchin is one of them. So. Okay. We're actually not too far over an hour, Antoine.
Good. I need to take a shower after this. I just feel like I've been fucked over left and right. No Vaseline.
Tony said with air horn. I don't think they heard it. So I don't know what's going on. I don't want to tell too much of South Bend business, but my mother ran out the door because there is like a situation developing outside of a supermarket store. I don't know if it's a family member. I don't know what's happening. But my mother saves everybody, so I'm gonna call her as soon as we are done.
Okay. I hope that works out. I hope everybody's safe. I think I just realized something here. This is why it's good to have this episode for Cress and I will go down in notoriety. I think there's a setting here that's wrong, so I'm gonna switch something real quick here. Okay. So can you hear that?
Yes.
You heard that air horn? So it had the wrong input. So this audio is going to sound terrible because it was pulling the audio off my camera and not out of my microphone.
I was going to say, you sound like Richard.
Because now it's using this microphone. It was using the mic on my camera. That's why it sounded shitty. Yeah, this is going to sound terrible when now when I say you hear it now, right? So yes, okay. Yes, so I can edit. So in the future, when I want to say them, I can do it live. Oh my God.
That's exactly why I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. So hey, growing pains.
Oh my God, because these headphones are destroying my ears.
That's why you couldn't hear me earlier, because it was pulling the audio, because my camera has a terrible microphone. So this whole episode, because I can hear myself from my mic in my mixer, but I didn't hear.
You sound so much better.
I don't know why it defaulted to the shitty mic. Oh, this is the worst.
Now they say I have an echo. And that's we'll fix that.
Yeah, we'll fix that. Yeah, we'll fix that.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
The comments are like, the comments are saying beep beep beep.
Yeah, the echo is probably your sound coming through my thing here, but we'll figure it out.
Now it sounds like I'm coming from the depths of hell. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go now.
I can even change it like
from the depths of hell.
Oh, nigga, it's technology. I'm telling you, we're gonna be set apart from those other niggas on the internet pretty soon.
Is the echo gone? Y'all,
they're probably gonna keep getting echo, because I think the echo, since my system is playing what you're saying through, so it's doing it twice. I think
I took out the headphones.
Yeah. So, at any rate.
Vote or die, niggas.
Oh my God. Wait, no, so there's no echo anymore? Tony says no.
Oh, he said no. Okay. We shouldn't have. Monday, we might have one or two issues, but over this weekend, all I'm doing this weekend is working and working on the rest of this. So yeah, we should be good next week.
Okay, so I think there is back to be an echo. We'll figure it out. Monday we're gonna have a guest.
I think I know why it is.
Sorry if there's an echo because I'm gonna read this last comment, then I'm gonna go. Crystal said, "Okay, we need a depth of hell segment when Antoine talks about his escapades." Okay.
Oh, look! I can go equally, yeah.
How the fuck you niggas doing today? What's going on?
There's still an echo. All right, I'm gonna stop talking. Bye.
Okay. Thanks for sticking with us, y'all. We promise it's gonna be worth it. The numbers have we're doing much better. We're getting new subscribers and the numbers are going up. It's not consistent, but it's better than it was at first when we get like 40 views. So sometimes we get 1,000. So last episode we had like 350. So we're doing good. It's the new format is working. So just hang in there with us.
It's organic.
I'm gonna hit the finish button. We'll see y'all on Monday. And okay.